Nova.
Everybody give it up!
Smallzy's Celebrity
Small Talk Podcast.
Please welcome.
The world's first celebrity blogger.
He's Perez Hilton.
The most hated man in Hollywood.
You're listening to Smallzy on Nova.
Please welcome Perez Hilton, the one and only.
Okay, bitches, it's the Perez Show. Shut the up.
Perez, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for making time.
Of course.
I mean, it's a poppin' day. There's so much oh my God.
I've already done Spanish language television today.
Yep.
I'm going to be chatting with British television this evening, their morning.
Yeah, of course.
And now I'm chatting with you in Australia.
I mean, it is just,
where should we begin?
Where do we begin?
I was just chatting Britney Spears.
Yeah, I think we should start there.
Sure.
It's the big story of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda...
Is she or isn't she? I know what she says she is, but all the headlines I've read is like, it's like she thinks she's pregnant. And I kind of am like, until I actually see it.
Is she or isn't she? Yes, she is happy.
Yes.
First and foremost. And I think that's wonderful and needed and healthy. I'm actually shocked that Britney didn't announce a pregnancy sooner.
Yeah,
I thought
okay.
she would have gotten pregnant like last year. However, she is considered a geriatric pregnancy because of her age.
Okay, wow.
She's 40, and that is considered geriatric.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much sense. And that term
Isn't 40 the new 30? I thought
I know,
40.
I was about to say,
yeah, hang on, calm down.
That term
It
might
makes me feel-
change
yes.
because, now women are having children later in life, and, thankfully, not a ton of complications if you're 40. We can only go by what we read and what she said, and she said that she's pregnant. It is a little surprising that, from what I read, it seems like she just took a pregnancy test and just found out.
I thought there was supposed to be a rule, because as someone who's never having children, right?
Most of the time, but there are no rules.
Okay.
But most of the time, a lot or most women might wait 3 months.
Yes, just
after
for
the
safety,
first trimester.
right? Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's great of Britney to just be so open, because as somebody who has had children and gone through the process, it is really difficult.
Yeah.
Even with the help of science. And, Britney most likely is doing it normally or, not with IVF, because if she were doing IVF, she probably would have already found out in a different way, and she'd know the gender of the baby and all of that. But yeah, I don't know. Good on her.
Good on her. I'm happy.
She's been with her fiance for 6 years now.
Yeah, wow.
And has repeatedly said that she wanted to have children.
Absolutely.
I mean, she even mentioned in court in quite a shocking moment last year that the conservatorship that her father was overseeing for those many, many, many years, decade plus, had put a contraceptive device in her, an IUD, against her will. She didn't want that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's big story number one.
Yeah.
Now, we have to unpack Kanye. Because he doesn't like you. Does he not like you?
He does like me,
he does.
I think.
Okay. But you every time he comes at you for something,
I love that.
You love it, and you just respond, come on my podcast.
Yes,
which we should plug.
But, yes, check out the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker. It's really good.
Yes.
Kanye has been radio silent on social media for weeks now, ever since he was banned from Instagram for only 24 hours. But Kanye... screw Instagram. I'm not going back there. But I actually think that was a blessing for him, because in the wake of that, there have been multiple reports that he's reached out to Kim Kardashian and said, I want to co-parent better with you. And I think for his family, him taking this breather is a good thing.
Yeah. What about Kim and Skeet? You reckon they're going to last? They seemed cute
that
the other.
name,
I hate it,
Skeet.
and I hate it too. But
well, since you've been running around Los Angeles, I don't know if you've seen the photos that she posted of him today.
No, I haven't.
Oh gosh, she posted two photos of the two of them at dinner.
Okay.
And in one of them, he's like sort of kissing her.
Yep.
And she captioned it "late night snack." I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a body language expert.
Break it down for me.
The awkwardness of these two. I mean,
can you?
If a sex tape were to leak, they would have the worst sex.
Okay.
They
You have
do
to-
not have chemistry.
Can you
They're
br-
having fun.
Yes.
They're enjoying each other's company and loving all of the attention that they're each getting.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete Davidson loves attention just as much as Kim Kardashian, you know,
Yeah.
because he could have been hooking up with anonymous girls left and right for the last few years, but from Ariana Grande to Kate Beckinsale to Kaya Gerber to there was another one that I'm missing. Like he'll only date famous chicks because he loves the attention.
Break it down for me, because it feels like, and you would know, having been in this town for so long.
Andy McDowell's daughter. That's the
There
other
you go.
one. I forget her name though because she's not super famous.
Break this down for me. For someone who's been in this town for so long, it does feel like a lot of relationships happen for just the press.
Yes and no. It's what I call celebrity math. Right?
Okay.
An A-lister dating. Okay, not even. Here's a better example. A D-lister dating another D-lister. Together, they're a C-lister.
Okay.
So you know, it's like
it elevates you a level.
It elevates you both.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I've even said this repeatedly. If you think back a decade ago, Kanye West saved the Kardashian empire and brand. It wasn't even an empire at that point because in 2011, Kim Kardashian was coming off of her months-long marriage to Chris Humphries, and people just did not like her or the entire family. Then she got with Kanye, and he elevated her
Gave a bit of cred. A little bit of credibility, right?
Elevated her to straight up A-list because at that time, fashion brands wanted nothing to do with Kim Kardashian. Now she's on the cover of Vogue and co-chairing the Met Gala with Anna Wintour.
Yeah, okay.
And that's because of Kanye West.
So A, like if you would think BB or AA elevates you to superstar status. It's like celebrity math dating. Okay, I like that.
I mean, look at even... she wasn't even on the list, but now Julia Fox, who dated Kanye West for 4 weeks.
Yeah, okay,
4 weeks, not
Yep.
even 2 months.
No.
Literally on their 1 month anniversary, it was over. She's now a D+ lister, maybe even C-.
Yeah.
But she's working it
Isn't
very
she?
well.
Do they do contracts? Because that's a story I had heard. Is like some celebrities may like
no.
enter into an arrangement to fake
No,
date for a while to get some publicity.
It's not... It is calculated,
Okay.
but it's never that explicit.
Okay.
Unless maybe you're Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. J-Lo, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Congratulations to them, of course.
That's what I was talking about on Spanish language media this morning.
Okay.
That's a much bigger story. Well, Britney's a big story for Spanish language news as well, but, you know, J-Lo is Latina.
Yeah.
And my whole rap on it is she is so smart for so many reasons. One, she's been in this industry double the amount of time Kim Kardashian, and she knows what it takes to stay relevant. It takes exploiting yourself, and not a lot of people are willing to do that.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily need to be an A-lister, but she loves being talked about, like we mentioned.
Of course.
You know, Julia Roberts, A-lister, but she's not willing to exploit herself to be talked about all the time. Tom Hanks, A-lister, but not willing to exploit himself to be talked about all the time. J-Lo plays the game, and she plays it well and smartly.
Oh.
She announced the news of her engagement on this new newsletter that she just launched, where she's collecting people's email addresses.
Well, data, right? That's the
Yeah.
money in
Well, actually,
2022.
Email newsletters are making a comeback.
They are.
Shockingly.
I know.
I don't get it,
Is
but
it
whatever.
1990
I get
again?
so many emails. I don't want more.
No.
But I signed up for JLo's newsletter.
Yeah, okay.
And even if she doesn't end up marrying Ben Affleck and they break up, she's going to keep that ring like she kept her previous engagement ring from him.
Okay.
And this one's worth so much more
This is
money.
incredibly
At least $5 million.
Yeah.
If not way more than that, it's estimated.
Yeah.
Because it's more rare. It's a green diamond.
Yeah,
which
right.
you don't
It's
get
just-
that many of them.
Can I ask, you've seen so many different celebrities come and go in the time that I've known you and known about you, that the modern TikTok celebrity Netflix fame whore of 2022, they just don't know how to take it up that level like they did back in the day, do they?
Well, there's a few things. The first one is a lot of these influencers that gain
Huge pop.
success
Yep.
quickly are very young.
Yeah, okay.
And thankfully for me, when I achieved success, I was already 26 years old.
Yep.
And had lived a normal life for a while and had struggled. So you get these teenagers or people that are 20 or 21 that haven't really struggled much and everything is so easy, they think it's always going to be that way.
Yep.
But while a lot has changed over the last 18 years, one thing has remained the same, which is you might be able to luck your way into success.
Okay.
But you will not sustain success without an incredible work ethic. It's not
I like
always
that.
going to be easy.
I like that.
I'm sounding like Kim Kardashian
No,
now.
yeah,
but
no,
she knows
she's
what she's
right.
talking about.
People,
yeah.
you know what? When Kim Kardashian did do that, you've got to work hard.
It's true.
And everyone misinterpreted, implying that she doesn't.
And the issue with that is that, yes, she had a huge advantage that she didn't bring up, She was super plugged in.
Yep.
Her father was super connected.
Yep.
Robert Kardashian, the very famous lawyer. Her then stepfather, now Caitlyn Jenner, was also famous and super connected. Her mother's even Kris Jenner was super connected, obviously. Like her circle. Kris Jenner's best friend was the wife of the most powerful man in music, Irving Azoff.
Yeah.
A music manager.
Yeah.
And now he owns Ticketmaster and all these other
Okay.
things. So that could open so many doors for the whole family.
So we understand what she was suggesting,
Yes.
the message behind it, but she's been very blessed in
And,
her
and
life.
having said that, also, there are many children of privilege who don't do jack.
Don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
They live off their mum and dad's money. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, we're running out of time, so I'm going to hit you with Taylor Swift, engaged to Joe Alwyn. What's your tea?
If she
Give me
is-
third-degree burns.
I would-
What do you know?
Unlike Britney, Taylor, I would think she might be already married.
Oh, yeah, and just keep it down low, right?
Real down low. But also, like Britney, surprisingly, people may not realize this, she's been dating Joe Alwyn also 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber.
What about him?
I want to know what's your hot take. Are they
think
having
that
kids? Is she? Are they gonna?
I think she's the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
He's a totally different man. It seems like he's really matured and calm and happy.
Yeah.
And, listen, I still enjoy getting to do things like this, like chatting with
Yeah,
you
sure.
and the TV thing. But at the end of the day, what matters to me is that my kids are happy and that I'm happy.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely.
And that's what brings me happiness.
Yeah.
This is fun,
Yeah.
but that brings me happiness.
One last question. Will Smith banned for 10 years from the Academy. Over.
There's not much they could have done.
No,
right?
just gonna
because
say.
he had already resigned.
What's the talk of the town in terms of that action in that moment? Were people horrified? Were you hearing people were like, something needs to change? Is Jada, old videos are surfacing where she seems to be a little bit of a bully.
Yeah, everybody was horrified except for the celebrities in that audience who all stood up for him.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, I feel like, no, I tell you what that was. I don't feel like
I think it was shock.
Yeah, it's shock, but also too, I feel like if you were white in that room, it's not your place to make a call. So you just sit there and say nothing because you don't want to interject for the fear that you get cancelled in 2022.
I will say this though, the story's not over.
Yep.
There's just a pin in it right now.
Yep.
The moment that Chris Rock speaks in depth about it, it'll open up the can of worms again. And there might be follow-up stories then, and Will Smith might apologize yet again. Or the moment that Jada sits down on Red Table Talk to speak about it. Or when when Will decides to pour his heart out.
Yeah.
I also think there's a lot more. Sometimes rumors and speculation are true. Like there is more to the story.
Oh yeah, there's got to be
Clearly-
something brewing underneath. Yeah.
There has to be a reason why Will Smith responded the way he
Is he a
did.
Scientologist? There was a.
I don't want to get sued.
No,
Well,
okay.
It's Australia.
Yeah,
but,
no, they won't know.
He did
I-
open a school for
Okay.
a while there that taught Scientology principles.
Yeah, there was because it seemed like there was. I remember whispers years ago that maybe him and Tom and them. I don't know. And
He's denied being a Scientologist,
Yeah.
but I think he did explain that he's like bi-curious, like Scientology curious.
On that note, are you coming back to Australia? And will you ever be in the jungle again?
I
Not for $1 million.
For 3 or 4 weeks. I would love to do it again. Actually, I can't keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the show from the very beginning,
Okay.
but they wanted me as stunt casting.
Yep.
Which I was like, all right, fine. If I don't have to spend as much time in there, better,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a grueling show. But I knew, all right, if I'm gonna go in towards the end, like I'm not gonna last long, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people grow, and even as a viewer, like I wouldn't have voted for me. Like all those other people had to suffer for that much longer. Like they deserve to be in there. So I wanted to be in there from the beginning because I wanted to do well. But then I was like, all right, I'll take my paycheck, make my cameo, and go. But if the opportunity presented itself to do that one again, I would. Because, well, the whole experience was baffling to me because, like, I think I wasn't even on my best behavior. I was just being myself and normal, and there was like one blow up. But that one blow up, like all the freaking campmates were looking at me like I was evil and the devil, and I was just trying to, like stand up for Miguel, who was an amazing person.
Absolutely.
And I don't regret that how I handled it at all.
Good on you. Don't regret it. Don't regret it. Well, we love having you in Australia.
I would love to do anything in Australia, so I'm trying to manifest that.
Hey, manifest it
Dancing with the Stars.
We're running
Singer.
We need to start flying in some
something.
good ones because we are running. Our pool is very shallow in Australia.
Sign me up.
Yeah, with stars and
I've even reached
celebrities.
out to some of the shows and be like,
I'll come
me.
back.
Let's make it happen.
Well, you know what? Let's make it happen. A pleasure to see you.
You too.
Thank you for the chat. And next time I come to LA, I'll make sure I put you on my list because you just have all the tea. I just want to know everything that's going on.
You've been listening to Smallzy Celebrity Small Talk. Follow Smallzy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Or listen live to Smallzy Surgery, weeknights from 7 on Nova.